Video is undeniably the king of content right now, but the way we create it is changing faster than ever before. Short attention spans and endless scroll feeds mean that if you are not turning your long-form content into bite-sized gold, you are simply leaving views and money on the table. The real secret is that top creators are no longer just editing, they are translating, localizing, and slicing long-form content into micro-moments that resonate across global cultures. That is exactly why the market for AI tools for video localization and repurposing is currently exploding. In this video, I will walk you through why this space matters, how these tools actually function, and what you need to watch for when picking the right one. Then, I'm going to break down 5 popular options you have probably heard of, plus the one tool I actually use to scale social growth that is quite different from the rest. Think of this as your short, no-nonsense guide to creating global, attention-grabbing content without needing to hire an entire post-production team. Repurposing long videos into short clips and localizing them does 3 major things. It increases engagement, opens up new audiences, and boosts your discoverability. A well-crafted clip in Spanish or Hindi can easily outperform your original English video in region-specific feeds. Furthermore, using captions and translated metadata helps search engines and social algorithms surface your content to a much wider variety of viewers. Accessibility is another massive win that we often overlook. Subtitles, audio descriptions, and translated captions make your content usable for millions of people who are deaf or prefer watching content on the subway without sound. That is not just the ethical thing to do, it is simply smart growth for your brand. Most modern AI tools combine a few key technologies to get the job done. They use speech-to-text to transcribe, natural language models to translate and preserve the original meaning, and voice synthesis for professional dubbing. The real difference between these tools comes down to how well they stitch these parts together into a cohesive output. You need to ask if the captions are timed accurately, if the dubbed voice sounds human, and if the editor knows which moments will actually trend. While human editors and translators are fantastic, they are often slow and quite costly for a growing creator. If you are posting daily or multiple times per week, you need the massive scale that only AI can provide. AI gives you faster turnaround times, a much cheaper per-clip cost, and cloud storage that can handle hundreds of assets across multiple languages. For a solo creator or a small agency, that means you can post more, experiment more, and learn from your audience much faster. However, not all AI is created equal, and some tools produce robotic voiceovers or awkward lip-syncing that ruins the viewing experience. Others might translate your content too literally, which means you lose the context or the humor of your original message. When looking for an AI tool, first prioritize natural audio, because voices must feel human to keep people watching. Next, consider versatility. Does the platform handle subtitles, dubbing, and SRT exports efficiently? Ease of use is critical because a clunky dashboard will slow you down when you are trying to grind out multiple clips. Look for a platform with good language coverage, but always remember that quality matters much more than the sheer number of supported languages. Finally, prioritize pricing transparency so you can start with trials before committing to expensive enterprise plans. Let us look at the first tool, Rasque AI, which positions itself as a serious video localization platform. It offers a massive language library, caption generation, SRT exports, and some impressive voice cloning capabilities. If you are focused on full localization workflows, it is a very solid choice for your stack. Where it stumbles is that voice clones can sometimes sound a bit uncanny if you do not spend time fine-tuning them. Next is Dubverse, which is incredibly quick and easy for simple subtitling and basic translations. It is great for creators who just want an SRT file and a quick AI voiceover in another language. However, its lip syncing is hit or miss, and the voices can feel slightly synthetic for professional use. Then there is Speechify, which shines as a text-to-speech powerhouse with an endless variety of high-quality voices. If you are making audiobooks or need a high-quality voice for narration, it is absolutely excellent. But it is not really built around video editing or repurposing, so you will need extra tools to finish your clips. Maestra is another convenient tool for automatic subtitle generation and fast voiceovers. The platform is very straightforward and their support team is generally quite responsive. However, the dubbing quality can sometimes feel robotic and misses the creative flair needed for viral content. Hey Gen is a cool option if you are building entirely new videos with AI avatars and pre-made templates. It is very simple to use for short, social native pieces that need to be made quickly. But it really struggles with longer videos and the full localization of externally produced content. Now let us talk about the growth hack. Where does Vizard fit into all of this? Most of the tools we just mentioned focus on translation and voice, but they do not solve the discovery problem. You can translate a full video, but if you do not have short, punchy clips with good hooks, no one will ever find your content. Vizard is not just another translation tool. It is an intelligent auto editor for long-form content. It finds the viral moments in hours of footage and turns them into ready-to-post clips automatically. Instead of spending hours manually scrubbing through a long interview to find the golden moments, Vizard puts them on a platter for you. Its auto-scheduling feature then queues those clips for posting based on your frequency settings. This keeps your entire content calendar organized across multiple social platforms simultaneously. If you pair Vizard's auto-editing with a translation tool like Rasque or Dubverse, you create a powerful, repeatable system. This system identifies viral snippets, generates translated captions, and publishes them across regions with minimal manual work. The real-world benefits include much faster output, which means you can run more A/B tests to see what works. Consistency is the secret sauce for growth, and this workflow ensures you actually post on time, every time. You will save money on hiring multiple editors, allowing you to spend that budget on testing new creative angles. Your flagship podcast, webinar, or stream suddenly becomes a year-long content engine rather than a one-time upload. However, you should not use Vizard alone if you need cinema quality, nuanced cultural translation for a major campaign. For ultra-high fidelity, use Vizard for discovery and then pair it with specialized tools for the final cinematic touches. My recommended workflow is simple. Run your long video through Vizard, export the best clips, and feed them into a dedicated localization tool. Then, use the content calendar to schedule both your original and your localized clips to maximize your global reach. AI tooling has finally matured enough that creators no longer need big budgets to play on the global stage. Tools for translation and dubbing have improved in quality, while repurposing tools make it realistic to publish consistently. If you care about growth, think system first. Find the clips that work, translate them where it matters, and schedule them to maintain momentum. Pick the tools that match your specific workflow, whether you need deep localization or quick social native clips. Start with just one long video, test a few localized clips, and measure your retention to iterate for better results. A single tight loop of creation, translation, and publication can turn one long-form episode into months of traffic. If you want me to sketch out a step-by-step guide for your specific niche, just let me know in the comments.